Hello everyone, myself JVN Dr. Khushbu Verma. Here I am going to present on the topic of plant cell and tissue culture of somatic embryogenesis. Now come to the introduction of somatic embryogenesis. Somatic embryogenesis is the process that produces an embryo from a zygote by asymmetric cell division and differentiation of undifferentiated cells into mature tissues and organs. Embryos formed by somatic embryogenesis are called embryoids. The process was discovered for the first time in Docus carota L by Stevers in 1958 and Reinert in 1959. This is the overall structure of somatic embryogenesis. This is the diagrammatic representation. Now come to the factors which are affecting the somatic embryogenesis. First factor is explant. Explant as a source material to induce somatic embryogenesis are very diverse. They are very responsive plants. There are very responsive plants such as carrot, in which any part of plant can be used to induce somatic embryogenesis. There are some very other plants such as cereals and legumes in which explants varies even within the genetically identical species. There are various types of explants as I mentioned. Here first is immature zygotic embryos, second is inflorescence, third is a cell suspension culture, fourth is petioles, fifth is protoplast, sixth is leaf, stems and roots. Second factor is plant growth regulators, which is most important, because these concentration will decide the good growth of somatic embryogenesis. Here first plant growth regulator, which is auxin. Here 2,4-D has been the best synthetic auxin used for the inducing somatic embryogenesis. Continuous supply of auxin causes embryogenic cells to divide without the appearance of embryos. Second growth factor is cytokinin. Cytokinin produces globular embryo from initial embryos, and G18 is promotive, which when applied to embryonic cell after days 3-4 transfer from the proliferation medium to medium where BAP and kinetin have inhibitory effects on embryogenesis. High ratio of cytokinin then auxin induced shoot formation, and reverse ratio favors rooting. Other include gibberellin, inhibits the somatic embryogenesis, so we avoid to use gibberellin in somatic embryogenesis culture, and ABA promote embryo maturation and prevent precious germination and secondary embryogenesis. Fourth is polyamines, involved in vitro and in vivo somatic embryogenesis, involved in cell growth, proliferation and aging, and interact with negatively charged molecules like DNA, RNA and proteins. Next factor is electrical stimulation. Exposure of explant to mild electric current of 0.02 voltage for 20 hours promoted embryogenesis in alpha and tobacco. In 1985, this experiment was done, and the electric stimulus seems to promote the differentiation of organized shoot embryo by affecting cell polarity through changes in organization of microtubules and induction of asymmetric first division. Now come to the very much important topic, which is the type of somatic embryogenesis. There are two types of somatic embryogenesis. First is direct and second is indirect. When embryos are formed directly from the explant tissue creating an identical clone without production of intervening callus, the explant capable of direct embryogenesis seem to carry competent cells. These cells are committed to embryo development and need only to be released. And second type is indirect somatic embryogenesis, in which when explant produce undifferentiated mass of cells like callus, which is maintained or differentiated into embryo. Specific growth regulators and culture conditions are required for the callus formation and redetermination or redifferentiation of embryonic development pattern called induced embryonic determined cells. This is the flow diagram of somatic embryogenesis. Here is direct embryogenesis, in which explant will directly convert into the somatic embryo, and in indirect somatic embryogenesis, explant can go for the callus induction. After the callus induction, it will convert into the somatic embryo, and after the somatic embryogenesis, embryo development, it will convert into the plantlet with shoot and roots, and then it will further mature in the complete growth plant. This is the diagram of direct somatic embryogenesis in tea, and these are the globular shaped somatic embryos directly regenerated from the cotyledons. This second diagram is heart-shaped somatic embryo, and third picture is root development when treated with the ABA alone without any shoot induction. This is the next picture of somatic embryogenesis, in which high efficient somatic embryogenesis developed from leaf culture of Citrullus colosynthesis. Here is the difference between indirect somatic embryogenesis and direct somatic embryogenesis in the context of growth days. Like leaf explant will induce the callus induction in 3 weeks from indirect somatic embryogenesis. This callus induction will further convert into the embryo within 3 weeks, and embryo formation will convert into the shoot regeneration and elongation in 3 weeks, and shoot elongation after will complete into the complete plant within the 4 weeks. And in the case of somatic embryogenesis direct, leaf explant will convert into the shoot regeneration within 6 weeks, and after the completion of plant it will take 4 weeks. Now come to the major difference of direct somatic embryos and zygotic embryos. These are the formed by the sporophytic cells, and zygotic embryos are formed by the fusion of gamete cells. Now come to the advantages of somatic embryogenesis. It is observable as its various culture conditions can be controlled. Lack of material is not a limiting factor for the experimentation. High propagation rate and somoclonal variation will be present in the somatic embryogenesis. Germplasm conservation is the major key factor of this somatic embryogenesis. Labor saving, because it will not take more labor efforts, and elimination of diseases and viruses. So we can make the disease and virus free plants. Now come to the disadvantages of somatic embryogenesis. First disadvantage is somatic embryo shows very poor germination because of their physiological and biochemical immaturity. Second disadvantage is instability of cultured cells in long-term cultures is a major limitation of commercial explanation and popularization and mass propagation of somatic embryogenesis. Thank you.